Let's go, let's go. Family, we are live. About to drop some nuggets for you. Make sure you guys get out your notepad, your notebooks. We are about to drop some sauce on you tonight. Some exciting individuals are about to tune in. Let's go, let's go. Back. Let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, there he is.
Good evening, Mr. Dylan Fine.
Let's go, let's go. Give it a couple minutes, let everybody else hop on. Stay tuned. CEOs at Midnight is about to get live tonight. Fire, fire. Let's go, let's go. Drop your city, drop your state. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from tonight. We are about to drop the heat. Yes, sir. Wendy in the building. Jay White. Sage. Let's go. New York in the building. Seattle.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Familiar.
Happy birthday,
Hey, I
Mr.
appreciate
Say.
y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Yo, drop a happy birthday in the comments. Happy birthday to my brother. Nothing but love for you. Blessings and abundance coming your way, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
Very much love to every single one of you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
Hey, on the building. Mr. Your Right Hands. Let's go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Happy birthday, fam.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Ant.
Fire.
Appreciate you. Appreciate all the birthday wishes, y'all. Much love.
In the building. Let's go. Jay Slice. All right, all right, all right. I'm going to give it about 60 seconds, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So make sure you guys tag your team. Make sure you guys tag the squad. Today is about to get crazy. Let's go.
Sheesh.
Jay Slice. Marcus in the building. Yes, sir. I see you, fam. Lena. Let's go.
Let's go.
How was your birthday, bro?
Hey, my birthday was amazing. Amazing out here in Tampa in the beautiful weather. Town, you know, got some beautiful views. Got to be the pool side. Amazing, amazing birthday. Nothing but blessings.
Every day is your birthday, man.
Let's go, family. So, with no further ado, let's go ahead and get started. It is officially the birth of CEOs at Midnight, so I'm excited to actually present to you some very powerful individuals. They're going to go ahead and break down a little bit about their story, a little bit of their journey through this entrepreneurship through the past couple of years. So I hope you guys are ready. I'm excited. I've got my pen. I've got my notebook out. I'm ready to go ahead and take notes. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get started fast. My man had a withdrawal on his birthday. So guys, we got Kaz Bazzi. We've got Mr. Succeed with Sage out in Tampa. Kaz, you're out there in Michigan. So guys, I've got a couple of questions for you tonight. I hope you guys are strapped in. I hope you guys are ready. So my first question, I'm going to go ahead and start off with Kaz, right? I know you've been through a lot. I know you've seen a lot more than most people your age. So I want you to break down, fear, right? Fear stands for two things, right? You can either face everything and rise, right? Or you can face everything and run. So I know you've been able to go through a lot of adversities. What are some things, that you had a lot of fear in the beginning that you've been able to go through, and not only go through, but grow through along these past couple of years, fam?
All right, amazing question, actually, because literally I've been getting a lot of complaints, a lot of questions about fear and how you deal with it from people joining the business and just in general. And I always tell them it's literally a state of mind. Fear is an illusion. So fear, the opposite of fear is faith, and you can't operate in these two states of mind at the same time. So it's either complete faith in whatever you're doing, whatever you believe in, or it's gonna, if you let fear sneaks in, it's gonna affect that, and it's gonna literally slow the process of you reaching out and achieving anything you want. So for me, it was a crazy journey. Like, I was born in New York, but I grew up in Lebanon, and that's a different country. So I came back to this country when I was 18. So coming here, not knowing anything about this country and on my own, was a big challenge by itself. So I had to literally, because over there like, I love my country to death, and if there was opportunities over there, I would not leave. So the reason why I left is literally to, make build my own future the way I want it. And I came to this country because that's what they talk about, the American dream, and, like, building your future, that job, that retirement, that 401ks, and all this stuff. So I had to come and make stuff happen. So I came, I was 18 after graduating high school over there, and literally started college right away, started working right away as a busboy, and I had to, like, manage between school and work. And honestly, like, after trying for a year and a half, I ended up dropping out of school because it wasn't like, I did not feel passionate about it, and I did not see a bright future or a bright outcome of the career I'm gonna pursue in school, what's gonna give me in my future. So I decided, it was a hard decision. It was a lot of fear because, like, our parents, the way we grew up, it's like you have to become that, that doctor or that engineer or that lawyer. You got to have that degree, that piece of paper. And that's the only way they're programmed. So it's not literally our fault if, people around us gets mad, or like they don't agree, or they don't understand what we're doing. But I had to take that decision, and it was a lot of fear in the beginning. But I had to work on my faith and believe more in myself, have built that confidence that I want this type of lifestyle. I want that freedom. I don't want to stay in an office. I don't want to stay behind a desk or do anything clocking in for someone building their dreams and forgetting totally about my life and about my dream, because we only live once. So literally quit school, kept working, looking for opportunities. I worked a lot of jobs, restaurant, construction, gas stations, hookah lounges, everything. And it was all the same. Like, I'm just exchanging my time for money. And literally, I got sick of it at the end. And I decided that, okay, even if I learn a craft, even if I learn anything, I'm not going to be able to live and have that time to spend with the loved ones, with whatever I want to do. So I had to figure out something out. I had to look for chances. And literally, when I decided and just put it all inside of my head that I want change, because I got sick and tired of being sick and tired for a long time. God works in mysterious ways. And literally, I found a guy on Snapchat, and I ended up hitting him up because after watching him, I saw something, because he was doing something different online. And I always wanted to learn more about how you can make money online all the time. Like, I've seen kids on YouTube making millions of dollars literally at age 14, 15, 16, even younger right now. And it blew my mind, like, what's going on? Like, there has to be something else. And he presented for me an opportunity that changed my life. And it actually made me, I was in Michigan, it made me actually literally quit my job and decide to, I had some money saved up, and literally I had to decide to go meet this guy in Fort Myers, Florida. And I did it. When I was on the way, he introduced me to Dylan. Right now, he's on the call, my brother, who asked me, like, where are you gonna stay? I told him I found a room on Craigslist for like $500 a month, and he was like, "What? Call this guy, cancel this shit, and come stay with me." So he welcomed me to his crib in Cape Coral. It was amazing, lake in the background. That's what you get with us. And literally, I spent my best couple of years being around him, being around the people over there, traveling, going to conventions, meeting all these people, all our mentors that they had the results that we wanted. They had that lifestyle, and literally just following him and copying what they're doing. And it was amazing. Like, but this journey, like, I went through a lot in the beginning, especially like not having a job and moving to a different state. So I had to manage that. I ended up starting, you know, online gigs, DoorDash, Uber, just making that money to work and eat, fill up gas, and get to events, buy tickets, buy anything that I needed to like literally grow and learn and become that person that I painted for myself inside of my head I want to become. And we're here right now. Like, you know, I don't work anymore. I was able to like literally quit my jobs and, you know, learn that skill set of trading and making my money work for me instead of me working for my money, and exchanging my biggest and most valuable asset, which is time, for that piece of paper. So this is my story. We're out here right now. I'm currently in Dearborn, Michigan, but we're about to go to Dallas by the end of this month for a huge convention. 8,000 people gonna be in a stadium, multiple 7 6 figure earners, the CEO himself of the company that we are in, not company, it's a global family. The CEO himself was able to create a culture, a worldwide culture of love and people making money and happy together every day of over 280,000 students. So if you're watching this, reach out to me, reach out to Dylan, reach out to Sage, and ask us about this. Of course, this is going to happen after the call. But now, that's my time. I want to give it back to Dylan so he can pass it away to Mr. Sage, the birthday boy. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Sir, yo, drop some fires in the chat, slam that heart button, show some love. When I tell you guys a powerful story, there's very few people that I've been able to see sacrifice the type of things that I've been able to watch Cash sacrifice over the past couple of years. So, Sage, I'm going to go ahead and stick you with the same question, bro. Along this journey, I've seen you go ahead and face a lot of things that you weren't really used to doing, things that really made you get outside of your comfort zone. What are a couple of things that you feared coming into this that you had to literally not only go through, but grow through as a person to really level up and reach where it is that you are right now?
Sheesh. Well, first, I want to give a special shout out to my guy, Define. I would not be here today if it was not for him, guys, because I just want you guys to understand something, right? So, first of all, let me show you guys something. You know, I'm a visual type of person, feel me? So, let me show you guys something real quick. So, last year, my life came down to this. Right? First, it was work the rest of my life. Step one. Boom. We had that one. Step two, sell drugs like I was doing in school, in high school and everything. 2, 3. I had 3 choices, right? What was the third choice? Go to school. Go to school to do what? To do what? Work the rest of my life. So it ended up coming down to those 3 choices. I had to actually make a decision. So, you know, the biggest things I really feared was, you know, coming out of my comfort zone. Doing something that everybody else is not doing. Going against what society is doing. Going against, literally looking at 95% of the world and doing the opposite. I had a fear of that. And all it was, like he was saying earlier, it's false evidence appearing real. You know, like, I learned real quick that you need to observe the masses and do the opposite, right? You know, entrepreneurship is not easy. You know, it wasn't an easy journey to start getting into. And, you know, it just came down to, like, what do you really want in your life? And I like, the thing was, like, it was either go to school to work the rest of my life doing landscaping like I was, or, you know, sell drugs like I was doing in high school. So I had to choose. And you know what I chose? I chose to cross all those motherfuckers out and go all the way over there where nobody else went. Right? Very scary journey, right? It was a very scary journey in the beginning because, you know, not everybody around me, everybody in my family, everybody in my friend group, everybody in my freaking city was like, yo, what you're doing will never work. You'll never make it unless you know, do what we're doing. Go to school, get a job. I was like, bet. So, you know, ended up saying, all right, so I'm going to just do the opposite of whatever everybody else is saying. And I'm going to listen to the 5% of the world because you guys got to understand, you guys have to listen to people who have the results you want, right? So I started listening to people who actually was making 6-7 figures because my mentor told me, he's like, bro, you're either going to listen to people who are making $40,000 a year or you're going to listen to people who are making 6-7 figures, right? So I had to start listening to that. So one of the biggest things I feared was public speaking. What we're doing right now. My mentor was like, bro, you know, public speaking is one of the biggest fears in the whole United States, in the whole world. You know, not so many people will come on a live and actually speak. But, you know, through the growth, through the journey, you know, a lot. Like, you guys can go through my journey. You guys want to see a journey? Go to all the way on the bottom of my page. Go scroll. Go see my first video I ever did. See how I was speaking then and see how I speak now. And that just goes to show that, you know, all fear is false evidence appearing real. You know, I was just scared of myself. I was scared of speaking. But after doing time and repetition, you know, it just pays off. And, like, I just really had to master my mind. I had to get over that fear and just not care what other people think. That's the thing with entrepreneurship. You know, entrepreneurship was not easy. You know, a little bit about myself. I was working 12 hours a day last year. 12 hours a day, right? Landscaping. Building walls, patios, and even pools. That's backbreaking work, guys, right? So ended up going into entrepreneurship, looking into real estate, ended up getting into an entrepreneurship journey that actually got me to be able to quit my job and be able to go all in. And I want y'all to understand, after going all in, I'm actually on tour. I haven't been home in I don't even know how many days, and I don't even know when I'm going back. So that's the beauty of entrepreneurship, because, like, you know, you might get pushed down, but it's not about how many times you get pushed down. It's about how many times you really get back up, right? Because, like, at the end of the day, you know, winners always, quitters never win and winners never quit, right? So it just comes down to that one decision. You know, it's just like, you're either going to do it. Like, I found out this, like, it was funny because it was Honey Morgan. I was actually in Atlanta last month, and she was like, you know, a lot of people made excuses in 2020 with all the pandemic going around, and she said, I made $1 million. That hit. I was like, damn. A lot of people made excuses, and she made $1 million. I didn't make $1 million this year, but I had a well-off year that I was making more than I was making actually working my landscaping job. So, like, the thing is, like, when you start going to entrepreneurship, you got to change the way you think. You got to understand that, like, don't think about the right now. Think about the future. That's what my guy Define actually told me. He's like, bro, you need to start thinking a lot bigger, a lot sooner. You know, plan out your days. Plan out what you're about to do. But, you know, like, understand, you know, it's just like, whatever you're fearing right now, whether it's public speaking, whether it's, you know, not going against what your parents are telling you, whether it's, you know, going against what society is telling you, what your teachers are telling you. You know, my teachers told me I was going to be a failure because I almost failed in high school. They're like, bro, if you don't go to college, you're not going to be nothing. I was like, bet, watch, I'm going to turn nothing to something. And that's exactly what I did this past year. So, you know, it's been an amazing journey. Now, actually, I'm going all in on my dreams. I'm on tour. I'm in Tampa right now. I'm all the way from Boston, if you guys don't know. But, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, the biggest fear for me was really public speaking and coming out of that shell and just looking at the masses and doing the opposite.
Let's go. Let's go. I love that. I love it. Yo, drop some likes, drop some heart buttons if you guys can relate, right? You know, I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but believe it, the two biggest fears that everybody is born with, right? Number one is loud noises. Number two is heights. But number third that's actually developed along the way, believe it or not, is actually public speaking. They say people would rather actually be in the casket than the one speaking the eulogy. So much love and applause to you guys. I've been able to see you guys get out of your comfort zone, been able to impact more people than you've been able to imagine. So let's go ahead and move on to the next question, right? Entrepreneurship. Everybody, you know, in 2021 on Instagram, it's so easy to get out and to see the jewelry, to see the designer, to see the cars, the houses. I want to dig deep, right? Today, I want to get on and talk about what most people are not talking about, right? I don't want to just show you the shine. I want to show you the grind. So I'm going to talk about what most people don't see. What's behind the doors? What's behind the scenes, right? So here's what we're going to do, right? Kaz, you talk about being able to sacrifice on your last dollar. You talk about sleeping in your car. You talk about showering at LA Fitness. Give some behind the scenes on the story behind the story on what it took for you to get where you're at now, bro. What do you think is some things that you did so that some people on the line today don't know?
Wow, this is a great question. That's gonna, man, like, I agree on 100%. Like, a lot of people, you know, like, a lot of haters, like, only as you were saying, only see the outside, only see the outcome, but they don't see the journey, and they don't see the growth, they don't see the pain, they don't see the struggles, the challenges that actually come with this journey. Because like when we're asking for that lifestyle that we want, when we're asking that we don't want to work a job, when we're asking that we want our money to work for us, we're asking for something that only 5% of the people in the world have. And to get to that level, we have to do what the 95% are not willing to do, so we can be able to have that lifestyle that we want, that 95% of people will never have in their life, and they will stay in their dreams because we did one thing the opposite, is we believed in our dreams and we sacrificed everything to reach them, but they did not. They saw it as just a dream and just an illusion in their mind. So honestly, to talk about like clearly that sacrifices I had to take clearly in my first couple of years, like literally I had to literally sleep sometimes in my car when I was in Miami because I did not have the money to stay somewhere else. I had to literally drive from Cape Coral, stay at Dillon for a couple of days. Like, this is real. I can't lie about this. So I'm very transparent. I'm very honest. This is how I am with everyone because I want everyone to have that trust and feel my honesty. So, and can relate with me. That's the most important thing. So if you're struggling, like I've been through it. Like we all go through things. Like I had to sleep in my car, as I was saying, because I had to work Uber and DoorDash in the East Coast of Florida, which is busier than the West Coast due to Miami being there. So I had to sleep for 3 days in my car on the weekends. That's where I worked, and I had to shower at the gym every single day in the morning. I was waking up literally when the sun rises around 6 a.m. because it gets hot in Miami and you don't want to be in a car sweating. This is literally was things that I went through. And another thing, people see the consistent profit about the trading side. That was some real life situations over there. But like if you Google right now how many people lose money in trading, you're gonna get around 80 to 95% lose money. So that leaves us with only 5% that are profitable, consistent forex traders. Because this skill set, it's gonna be a journey. Like people think we don't lose money in the beginning. People think like I used to think I'm gonna get rich real quick, like literally, and I ended up blowing multiple accounts. This is real. Like I lost money in the beginning, and I used to work hard for it because I had also some personal growth I had to go through, which is ego, which is like, greed, because this journey also allows you to discover your bad habits so you can recognize them and replace them with the wealthy habit that you are learning from these mentors and these people. So literally, these markets allowed me to build that discipline to be able not to risk what I'm willing to lose, to be able to follow my trading plan every single day and not break it. And if I break it, I always end up regretting that decision because it literally creates a different mindset and a different emotions, which gonna lead to actions being taken differently, and the results are gonna be bad, and there's gonna be a lot of losing money, losing control in the market. So literally building discipline, not only in trading, in every single area in our life, and we have to start with the small things so we can be able to like build that discipline for the long term and like literally go after whatever we want, because by setting goals, setting monthly goals, yearly goals, and couple years goals, you will be able to like build an amazing discipline that will allow you to go after whatever you want. So that was some of my challenges, and I know there's a lot more. Maybe we'll talk about it next time, but I'm gonna pass it over to you so you can ask Sage that question.
Fire. Yo, you talk about a grinder. You talk about somebody who has literally been through the mud. So a lot of the students coming in can actually walk on marble floors, a truly servant leader. But I want to go ahead and pass the same question off to Mr. You Succeed with Sage. But here's the deal. You were talking about excuses, right? Here's what I learned 4 years ago. Everybody's a millionaire. Everybody walking is a millionaire, right? You're either going to have $1 million eventually, or you're going to have a million excuses. So a lot of people, if they had your same situation growing up, they would have made a lot of excuses as to why they can't become successful. So what are some things that you think some people on the line don't know about you, don't know about your story, that you want to go ahead and get off your chest?
Sheesh. Powerful, powerful. My guy Chasm, you know, that his story is so powerful, guys. I don't even think you guys understand it, yo. Drop some fires in the chat for my guy, but you know, some of the things that you guys really don't know about me that's deep down is like really like growing up, you know, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, the reason why I go so hard every day, the reason why that you might see me on my stories just grinding nonstop up till 2, waking up at 5, guys, it's because I remember having to heat up that pot of hot water. I remember having to open that oven to heat up my house. I remember having to sleep with 3 blankets to keep warmth at night. I remember seeing my mom, a single mom, trying to support 3 kids by herself. Trying to support 3 kids by herself. Working paycheck to paycheck, working 60, 50 hours a week, just doing, what was it? She just freaking is a server. What do servers get paid? Like $3.25 an hour plus tips? Guys, this is why it's so powerful. Like, this is why, you know, like, this is what pushes me every day, because I remember having to heat up that pot of hot water by myself before going to school. I remember having to go to the Salvation Army to get clothes. I remember having to go, there was actually, I lived right next to my elementary school when I was younger. I used to walk to school by myself, but and they had a huge parking lot where they actually had trucks every Sunday for free food. We had to go there every Sunday to actually get food, right? So I remember all these things, and that's what hurts me, right? It hurts me seeing my mom have to work. It hurts me having to knowing that I had to heat up that pot of hot water. It's not my mom's fault. No, nobody's in my family's, you know, they grew up that way, right? You know, that's not much she could do, right? But, you know, the thing is, like, I need to make sure that, like, anybody with my last name never has to worry about that. I need to make sure my kids don't have to worry about that. But not only that, my kids' don't have to worry about heating up a pot of hot water. Because I like to say, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. So I know it's meant to be that nobody with my last name has to ever have to worry about the things I had to worry about. Never has to worry about, you know, having to live in the inner city, having to worry about, you know, looking left and right before, you know, going to the freaking corner store. You know, it's funny, guys, you guys don't even really know me. You know, I remember even having to, you know, I literally, like, I remember being that kid in school, and I would be looking at everybody like they're going on vacations, they're wearing the fresh Jordans, they're wearing the fresh clothes. You know what I started doing? I started hustling, selling whatever I could, whether it was shoes, whether it was weed, whether it was drugs, whatever. Like, whatever it was, I was selling that just to get that, right? And I remember I was selling drugs, weed, and I would get people literally pulling up on me, pulling knives on me. I almost got stabbed like 3 times trying to sell freaking the smallest little thing. And that's when I realized, like, it's up to me to make sure that my kids don't have to worry about that. It's up to me to make sure, you know, my mom can get retired before she actually has to retire. You know, like, I see my mom working every single day. And the thing is, like, a lot of people, like, they're hitting me up today, like, yo, what you doing for your birthday? And I'm like, honestly, bro, I'm grinding. They're like, why? Why are you grinding? Why don't you celebrate? You know, you had an amazing year this past year. You know, you quit your job, you did this, you had so much accomplishments, you traveled the world. And I'm like, bro, peep this. My mom had her birthday in December 13th, right? December 13th this past year. And you know what she did? She didn't do shit. She worked a job. She clocked into that job. She had somebody telling her what to do at that job on her birthday. She wasn't able to travel. She wasn't even able to be like me in Tampa right now. So I had to think, I'm like, if my mom wasn't able to celebrate her birthday, why should I be able to celebrate my birthday? So that's when I was like, bro, I need to go even harder. And the thing is, like, there's so many people that they go so hard because, like, they have the same situation as me. You know, I know a lot of people on this call can relate to me. You know, like, see Money right here. He's almost been shot, right? You know, I almost have been too. And that's just what it is. But that's the thing, you know, like, a lot of people are like, they're hitting me up today, like, swiping up on my stories and with these beautiful views, being in Tampa for my birthday. I was grinding, but they're like, oh, you're lucky. You got lucky. There ain't no luck. You guys don't know how many notebooks I went through, how many notes I had to go through, how much trials, tribulations I had to go through, books I had to read, how much I had to grind, how much I had to really, you know, stay down till I come up, right? So that's really like that's the side that you guys don't even know. That's the side that you guys don't even see. And exactly, grind on your birthday so every day can be your birthday later. And that's another thing. That's another reason why I didn't celebrate my birthday today. You know, so many people were like, "Oh, Sage, you're not gonna turn up today?" Nah, bro, my mom wasn't turning up, so I ain't turning up. My mom didn't turn up for her birthday, so why should I? And the thing is, like, if my mom's still clocking in, it's up to me to make sure she never has to clock into that fucking job again. It's up to me to make sure that she can have that dream house she always dreamed of. You know, because I don't know about y'all, but I know my mom literally barely made it. I remember having to literally sell drugs to wear fresh clothes and also help her. And then I couldn't even go to college. I didn't even have the benefit of the doubt to be able to go to college because not only was my parents not able to afford it, but I had to literally get out of school. As soon as I graduated, I started working the second week out of graduation. Boom. Started doing landscaping. I actually had to start helping her pay the bills for the past 3 years. And I was like, bro, there's no way that I'm going to live that same life she does, right? That same life that she had to work 40 hours and then have her kids have to help her with the bills. I don't want to have my kids have to worry about that. So it's up to me. So that's the side you guys don't see. That's the side that you guys don't know. You guys don't know about the people that had to heat up that pot of hot water. But that's where these stories are powerful. But, you know, that's pretty much like, you know, that's the inside. That's the inside. That's why you guys looking on the outside in, you guys don't see what you guys might see a smile on my face every day, but you guys don't know what's going on. You guys don't know like what I've been through. You might be able to see it through my eyes, you know, real eyes, realize lies, right? But, you know, that's pretty much like this past year, right? I kind of celebrate my birthday, and that's when you have to understand you got to take these temporarily. You got to sacrifice what you love, or what you love will be the sacrifice. You know, I got to sacrifice partying, drinking, and smoking. You know, a lot of people like to say, you know, like that you got to ask yourself. You know, a lot of people like to turn up every weekend, do these things, and you got to ask yourself: are you celebrating, or are you escaping the reality of getting high, getting drunk? Are you escaping the reality of what's going on in your life right now? Are you escaping the reality that you have to realize that your mom is still working because of you? Are you escaping the reality that you're sleeping on your mom's couch and not even working and she's paying all the bills, right? So like that's what you guys got to understand. You guys got to sacrifice. Sacrifice is giving up, so you can afford later. So like the thing is, like, even my boy Lewis today, he was telling me like a crazy story. He's like, bro, like I lost 3 family members last week, and the thing is, I had to prepare so I could be prepared, right? So he's been grinding for the past year, and you know what happened? He lost 3 family members, and you know what he did? He had the blessing, because he grinded so hard this past year. He had the blessing to give his whole family money to be able to cover the medical bills, be able to cover these everything that's going on. So that's what you guys got to understand. You guys got to grind before you shine. That's why G comes before S. It's just like you got to crawl before you walk. That's why C comes before W in the alphabet.
Yo, I got goosebumps. Like I'm just sitting here, just all the emotions are running through my body, because I can 1000% relate. You know, I want you guys to think about it, right? If your mother is still working, drop a 1 in the chat right now. If your mother is still working, okay? I want to show you guys why real entrepreneurs have a certain type of fire that's deep inside, right? Why we stay up late and why we really wake up early. I want you guys to put this into perspective, right? Think about it like this. How many of you guys like the fact that another man is bossing your mother around every single day? Let that sink in. How many of you like the fact that another man is bossing around your mother every single day? I don't know about you, but that bothered me. That drove me to another level, that I realized, you know what? If nobody else does it, who's going to be the one? If not me, then who? If not now, then when? If not this, then what? You see, for me, 4 years ago, family, I was broken homeless as well. I was living out of my car. I was $30,000 in debt. I had no job. And guess what? I had just lost my sister to cancer. So when I tell you guys, you've got to find a why that really hurts. Your why is 3 letters, but it's also 3 words, right? Why. WHY also stands for what hurts you will help you. So when you really find out that why, what drives you deep inside, this is when you're going to give that effort, that extra push inside that you didn't even know existed. So tonight, I really wanted the guys to really break down their story. Very powerful why, very powerful, honestly, past couple of years inside their journey of entrepreneurship. So what I want to do now, we've been on here for about 35 minutes. So what I'd like to do is I want to open it back up to you guys, right? I want to actually give it up to the comments. Any questions that you guys want to go ahead and drop for each of us to go ahead and answer, drop it in the comments, and we'll go ahead and throw it down right now. Any comments? Entrepreneurship, this journey, things we've learned, things we've had to go through. Drop it in the comments, and we'll go through the panel and answer them as a family.
Sheesh. This is a powerful, powerful live right here. It's powerful.
Yes, sir. Honestly, like just listening to both of your story again and again and again, it's just like literally keeps lighting up that fire. Keeps like sometimes you forget about yourself, but then you see other people grinding and like not quitting. So you just remember your why again, like how you touched about it. Like that was the like clearly right now being here, like, and my family is in a different country, and it's crazy. Like I try to see them once a year, like that thing, like seeing my family growing old over there and me not being able to be next to them. And like my little sister, she's only 15 and she's just about to finish high school, and I haven't, like, every year I see her once. Like that feeling is crazy. That's why I will never quit on my goals. I will never, like, it's inevitable. Like success is coming for each and every single one of us. And yeah, that was like, I just wanted to touch about the why again. Like this is what's gonna allow you to go when things are at rock bottom, when you're crying, when you don't know what you're doing, when like all the doors are closed. You're gonna remember your why, and that's how you're gonna wake up. And then once that, you're gonna just finish up whatever you started in the beginning.
I love that. I love that. Very powerful. So we actually just had somebody drop down in the comments, Michelle, for new entrepreneurs just starting out, what advice do you guys have for them? So Sage, I'm going to go ahead and have you start, brother.
Sheesh. So first nugget I want to give for that. That's an amazing, amazing question, Michelle, for real. So first one for that is like, when you're starting this entrepreneurship journey, you know, this is where you got to understand that same work ethic that you had for that job. This is what I had to understand. Let me just make it, you know, like relate from my point of view, right? I had to understand that same work ethic, because my work ethic at work was disgusting. I was getting paid close to what people were there for 5-10 years were getting paid, right? And I was doing landscaping. So you got to understand, like, if you put that same work ethic into your own entrepreneurship journey, into your own business, just imagine the possibilities. It's limitless. So you got to understand that, like, if you run from the work, oh, y'all can still hear me? Bet. If you run from the work, you might as well hide from the money. If you run from the work, you might as well hide from the money. And understand, like, you know, your poor health habits are the theft of your productivity throughout your day, throughout your life. Your poor health habits, waking up late, not having a schedule, not eating good, not having a good environment, you know, like, really, like, one of the biggest things is like really figuring out your why. That's the first thing you need to figure out about, you know, your entrepreneurship journey, is what hurts you and what is going to help you, just like Dylan was saying. And, you know, like, you can't, you know, like, the thing you got to understand is, like, having an environment that's not conclusive to your growth is the theft of opportunity, theft of productivity as well. So, like, if you don't have, you know, goals on your wall, if you, like, this is one thing for y'all entrepreneurs out here. If you don't have a vision board, if you don't have goals, look at this. Retire mom, earn $10,000 a month. I am a problem solver. Affirmations, guys, goals on your wall. This is where you really get connected. This is where you wake up and you grind. How can you wake up in an income-producing environment like this and not be able to grind? You know, my mentor told me, he's like, bro, I'm either going to walk in your room and see where you're at. I'm going to see that Xbox. I'm going to see that PlayStation. I'm going to see that big TV. I'm going to see that bong. I'm going to see that weed, that alcohol. Or I'm going to walk in your room and I'm going to see where you're going. And as you can see, this room right here, you can see exactly where I'm going. You can see goals. You can see the vision. You can see everything going on. So, like I said, I'll leave it at that. You know, if you run from the work, you might as well run from the money as well.
Fire, fire. Absolute nuggets drop. If you run from the work, you might as well run from the money as well. So great, great value drop. Kaz, go ahead, bro. What is some advice you would give to your newest entrepreneur starting out in their journey?
Okay, so first thing is entrepreneurship. Like we have to understand that it's a different career that is recently we've been hearing about, because people have been doing the same things over and over and over, and realizing that there has to be more opportunities. And with that comes that brings programming inside of our head, inside of our mind, that and brings thoughts and everything, or basically everything in our life is going to be created upon these thoughts that and the programs that's been installed in us. So understand that to become an entrepreneur, you have to start changing your mindset. You have to start deleting these old programs that's been installed because of the environment, because of the people you listen to growing up, all of that, these false information, and start replacing it with reading. Start learning and getting information from people who have what you want. And you're going to understand that this journey is not going to come over with the first month, the second month, that's the third month. Entrepreneurship is a life journey. It never expires, because they say you're not growing, you're dying. So what does that mean? That means that we have to keep seeking knowledge. We have to keep trying to find new information and new ways of doing things over and over and over and over again, because whatever we were doing is not working. And I can agree that every single one of us believes the same. We all agree that one job will never allow us to have that life that we want. So we can understand that this journey is going to be challenging. You're going to have to grow, but you're going to have to, again, learn and read, build that discipline, and you're going to succeed at the end, because you're going to be invested enough time around that new type of information that's going to allow you to manifest everything you ever desire.
Love it. Love it. Very powerful. So, the thing about entrepreneurship that I realized in the past 4 years, right? They said if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? If it was easy, everybody would do it. So you've got to be willing to do today what most people are not willing to do, so you can have tomorrow what most people can't. So with that being said, family, absolutely phenomenal call. You guys gave a lot of value, very powerful stories from both of you. Just know this is the beginning of CEOs at Midnight. So if you guys have no idea who the Only Brand of CEOs are, why it is that we decide to go on this path and partner up with each other, with this family, with this culture, with this energy, all out. So guys, appreciate your time. Nothing but love, nothing but gratitude going out to every single one of you. With that being said, I will see you guys at the top, because the whole squad is coming up together. Let's go.
Let's go.